welcome back. We are going to learn an exercise now called the double leg stretch. Now for the double leg stretch, both legs will be moving at the same time, forward and back, but the key here is that we need to try to do this with maintaining an imprinted spine. All right, so each vertebra should be gently touching the floor, and what tends to happen on this is as the legs come forward, the lower back particularly wants to pop up off the floor and arch because of the weight of the legs coming forward. Let me show you what I mean. So if I'm here in tabletop and the legs come forward, the automatic tendency, if you can see, is for my lower back to pop up off the floor. Can you see that there's now space between my back and the floor? We don't want that. That's not a really good or safe position for that spine to be in when we're doing this exercise. So instead, I want you to try to maintain that imprint, keeping each of those lumbar vertebrae gently touching the floor beneath you. And that way, as you bring the legs forward and back, you can kind of adjust the height depending on kind of the difficulty level, if that makes sense. So if you try to go way down here and you're like, oh no, I can't maintain an imprint, my spine's gonna pop up off the floor, then you can just go a little bit higher, okay? Maybe kind of modify the angle a little bit. So you choose an angle that really feels good for you, that gives you that nice challenge, but also is maintainable, is sustainable, and allows you to maintain the imprint. So play around with that a little bit. Place your hands flat on the floor and just kind of, again, play with the angle. See if you can find one that allows you to keep your imprint. Once you've got that, we're going to kind of up the ante just a little bit by adding in the ab prep position, because then we'll have basically work on the abs that's coming from the top, having to keep ourselves lifted off the floor, and also stability against the movement of the legs. Okay, so take a deep breath in here. And then exhale up to the ab prep position. You're just going to hold and maintain this while you extend the legs forward and back at the angle that you chose. We're going to exhale as we extend them out and inhale as they come back in. Making sure to keep the shoulders and upper back lifted off the floor the whole time. Try not to move anything except for the knees and the hips. All right? Try that one more time. Exhale forward. And inhale back. Now, lower the head to the floor. Now, in a seated position, what I didn't tell you is that there's an arm movement for this as well. So we're going to learn that in the seated position, and then we'll put the two together. So for the arm movement, it's going to be your palms facing your face, and you're going to slide them up almost like you are sliding a hat off of your head, all right? So we're going to come up this way, straighten the arms above the head, and then circle them back down around to the sides. Again, this may seem very simplistic, but the key here is not to let the shoulders start rising up toward the ears. So your latissimus dorsi, okay, and your lower trapezius, those muscles right here are going to work together to keep the shoulders down. So you should really feel this exercise in that area, okay, kind of in that lower part of the back right here. So as the arms slide up, again, try to fight to keep your shoulders down rather than letting them pop up toward the ears. You might want to even do this in front of a mirror so you can see. Turn the palms out to the sides and come down to the floor. Bend the arms. Inhale as you raise them up without letting the shoulders lift, and down to the sides. All right, now let's try to put those two things together. Please take your time with this. I'm going to show you what it looks like, but don't feel the need to necessarily do this today if it's just too much. The legs can be practiced by themselves, and that's completely fine. And the arms can be practiced by themselves. And only when you feel like you've mastered both of those pieces is it a good time to go ahead and try to put them together. So let me just show you what it looks like, and then practice the pieces separately and then try to put them together, okay? So we're going to come on down. We're lying face up, feet flat on the floor, arms at the sides, and we're going to bring our legs up to that tabletop position. Find our scoop and imprint the spine into the floor. Okay, so again, what that means is every vertebra is gently touching the floor, and that includes the ones in the lumbar spine, and as much as possible, the ones in the neck and the cervical spine as well. All right, inhale, prepare. Exhale and slide up to that ab prep position. And from here, all we do is bend the elbows, and this gets us ready for the double leg stretch. Are you guys ready? Okay, let's give this a try. We're going to inhale as we move the legs forward and the arms back. Remember, in this position, the shoulders should still be down away from the ears. The lower back should still be imprinted into the floor. Exhale as you sweep the arms around and pull the knees in. Bend the elbows, and we're ready to try it again. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the knees in, sweep the arms around, bend the elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Try to fight for your height here as well. So as your arms come back, your head's going to want to try to fall back toward the floor. Try to keep it lifted. Keep your shoulders up off the floor. We'll try one more time. Bend the elbows and inhale, extend. Exhale, bend everything back to the center, and you can relax. This is a really tough one. Again, takes a lot of practice, but the best way to learn it is to do the legs and the arms separately. All right, again, it's called the double leg stretch.